Today's episode is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming. And shout out to them and their Lawnmower 4.0 that does an amazing job at keeping us feeling nice and groovy, baby. Keeping that hair short. You got to keep the grass low so the tree will continue to show. And when we're talking about the Lawnmower 4.0 specifically, though, man, the cool light feature that it has, be able to turn it on and off. Doesn't matter if it's a lot of light in your shower or not a lot of light where you're shaving yourself at. Either way, you'll have that there for you. Also, it is waterproof, so you can use it in the shower or not. But either way, it is a cool and awesome situation that they have with that Lawnmower 4.0. But as we always do, if we're going to talk about it, we got to be about it. And the only way to be about it is by having a promo code. And that promo code is MOATS. You use that, you get to 20% off along with free shipping worldwide at Manscaped.com. So let's make sure your dangly twins are not scary since Halloween is coming up. Shave it. Keep it looking nice and tight, all right? Manscaped, Manscaped, Manscaped.
Claypool trade rumors with the Packers on the Herd and other Steelers media on YouTube. Thoughts? The 909 Upland Cali.
How you feel?
I have thoughts. Hell no. I know Claypool's been a discussion for trade even going back to the offseason.
Yeah.
But I stand by what I even said then. No, I want to see what this receiving core looks like with Claypool, Pickens, Deontay Johnson, maybe even Calvin Austin firing on all cylinders. Mm-hmm. And we got a little bit of a taste of that last week with Claypool really stepping up. So, no, I never even thought, too, that any team would give us a trade that's worthwhile for Claypool because we know what his potential is. Mm-hmm. His talent is off the charts.
We saw a glimpse of that on Sunday.
Yeah. He even said, I feel like I'm a top 3 receiver. Yeah, we all feel like you could be somewhere in that stratosphere. So whatever offer was going to be given to us by any other team, it's probably going to be like a 3rd or 4th rounder just based off what Claypool's play was last year and then even what his play was at the beginning of this year.
Absolutely.
And that's not worth it. I'd rather keep him on the roster and see what him and this receiving core can do down the stretch. So no, hell no. I'm not doing a trade.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I'm a part of that same thought process. He's a young, talented player, but just because he's inconsistent, that doesn't mean you give up on him. He's inconsistent because he's young. He's developing. He's learning and understanding what it is and what it truly means to be a professional. Not everybody gets that right away. Not everybody is able to grasp it and maintain it always as well. But like you talked about, the potential, the talent is there, is clearly there. And when you do see it in stadium, you can see how dynamic he truly is and what he's able to do in terms of just taking over games at times. Man, them last 2 drives versus Tampa, man, and it's not like we were playing against some scrubs out there. This is a legit good defense. But he is capable of being an X factor. Not just being an X factor because they're not playing good coverage on him. No, he's been an X factor going up against a Devin White, going up against an Antoine Winfield Jr., who you heard me rave about prior to the game. So when you're talking about his skill level, if you're getting 3rd round picks or less for him, it's like, man, what's the point of that? Because what we have to give up to replace that talent going forward. And yes, we got a George Pickens. We're excited about him. But we still want to see that every single game to the full ability. No different when we talk about Deontay Johnson or we talk about Chase Claypool. So with that, it's like, yeah, man, I would much rather keep him. Yeah.
I think it becomes a more legitimate conversation in the offseason if Claypool's looking for a contract extension like Deontay Johnson.
And full
body. But why the hell would we want to do it in the middle of the season right now?
Well, and then full body of work, too. Because if it looked like the first 3 games for the duration of the season, well, we're not worried about it. But if it looks more like how it did last Sunday, man, that's not something we're going to be considering. We're going to be over here like, yo, let's lock him up now. So with that, man, either way, I just think that time is on our side.
Yeah. So this actually started from your boy, Jeremy Fowler. He had a whole
shout out to Jeremy, man. That's the
trade
homie.
deadline rumor article on ESPN Plus, and he brought up the Packers that they might be looking for help for Aaron Rodgers, and he brings up the name of Chase Claypool.
Well, and when you think about the Packers in the sense of, number one, they're very young at receiver outside of Randall Cobb, and there's not a lot of consistency there. One of the guys that I thought they would target was Deshaun Jackson, but he just signed with the Ravens.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, when you're looking at them and you're saying, well, who out there would still be able to come in and have impact, who could come out there and still give you more than what you're dealing with right now? It's not a lot of just guys sitting on the street as free agents. So they're going to have to look to that trade market. And I could definitely understand them looking at Claypool and saying, okay, he's not Deontay, who just signed a new deal. He's not Pickens, who they just drafted. He's not Calvin Austin, who they just drafted. all right, with Claypool, we can see the talent. We think you put him with Aaron Rodgers, he could really be, something special. But over there, he could be the odd man out, so to speak. So I get that thought process from Jeremy and stuff like that. I'm just saying I don't want to do it either. I don't want to do it. I don't care how much it makes sense for them. It don't make sense for us.
Right. He said, dating back to the offseason, that many execs around the league believed that Claypool was available. But the Steelers were only going to trade him at a hefty price. And
absolutely.
That's fine. Yeah. Put it at a premium. And that's probably why trade never happened. It was like there's some wide receiver needy teams looking for a receiver. I'm going to need a 2 at minimum. Like, we're starting at 2 just because I think this dude is talented. I think if he continues to develop, we've seen what he's capable of. We know that he's physical as heck. We know he has the prototypical size. Relatively healthy. It's like, man, those are the 3 things that, first off, before you even talk, talent and productivity, you want to have those 3 things as a bare minimum. He brings that consistently to the table. Then when you talk about the productivity, you can see where it's like, man, this dude it's like a Martavis Bryant, so to speak, in the sense of, it's like, okay, you see the rockiness, the up and down, but when he's on, this dude is like top notch. You don't get rid of those type of dudes, man, if they're not doing anything negative off the field. Because obviously that was the issue with Tay at that time, But yeah, with Claypool, we haven't heard a ton of that. No.
Outside of the
what was that? His rookie year?
Yeah, rookie
year,
year, the
rookie
little off season thing. Yeah, outside of that, we haven't had anything.
Boys or something like that. Gets into a little scuffle. Someone's videotaping it. No, it's just stupid. I just think it's really stupid right now because we're not tanking. We have momentum as a team. So why give up one of our top 3 receivers right now that we're going to need going forward? No, it's just stupid.
Yeah. And he's been relatively productive throughout think about the first 2 years of his career.
I know.
He's been productive.
Yeah, exactly. He's been productive. It's just a disappointment to us in-house.
But
it's not like we want to just give him away. Exactly.
I'm like, that's the thing I'm like, yo, he didn't have a bad season last year. He just didn't live up to what we thought he was going to do. We thought he was going to be 1,100-1,200 receiver. 800 yards is still nothing to balk at. Like, yo, that's still legit.
Yeah, what, 3-4 years ago? Remember when the Patriots traded for Mohamed Sanu?
Come on, bro.
They had to trade a second rounder.
Yes, and that's what he said, bare minimum. Bare minimum.
And right now, coming off of that game,
yes,
no, just that's not even worth it. I don't even know if I'd want a first rounder right now because we're not going to be able to use that first rounder right now.
Yeah, if it's an in season versus an off season, very different.